Hello everyone, today I decided to make a commentary track for my run on White Fatalis. Yeah, the funny thing with this was actually the second time I fought White Fatalis, I beat him. And I thought, alright, we're good. It was my second try and I beat him, so like, I'll run it again. I'll take a little bit of a break, drink some water, take a shower, come back, and then I'll record. And then probably for 6 hours or so, I struggled to defeat him, and I did not know why. I eventually figured it out, and it was dependent on something I decided to make an acronym for. RLabs. RLabs is the acronym, and that stands for Run Like a Bitch, stupid. Yes, there are quite a few times in this fight where I decide to run like a bitch, and that's actually exactly what you're supposed to do, especially in the third stage. So yeah, so we'll see how this goes. But yes, the third stage, very much. There are things that you don't contend with in the third stage if you want to beat them without dying. So yeah, I'll bring that up when that shows up. But yep, as you can see, start with the tenderize on the chest. Didn't pan out so well. Did the one move that can actually knock you down during that, so that was annoying. Just want to get the tenderize on the face, because this guy, even more importantly the normal Fatalis, you definitely want to break the head, but you actually only really need to break it once. You don't really need to break it twice. I've had runs where I broke it twice, and he still like one hit kills me with basically everything he was gonna one hit kill me with before. So one head break crucial. Second head break, not so much. Like most of the AoE gets condensed with one head break, so you break the head once. The big range on his moves won't be as bad in the third phase, so that's pretty much the thinking there. Let's see, I got the evasion mantle, level 2 part breaker, which is also nice. It's about breaking the head as well. Yep, attacking the chest, getting as much chest damage, getting that nice evade in. So far, I shouldn't have gotten hit by that. I just kind of misspaced it. But yeah, so far it's kind of ending up, I'm getting lucky with the moves that he's doing, because these are kind of the easier moves to dodge and they're less annoying and he's not moving around. So of course, when I see that animation and he's going to do the body slam, what I'm trying to do is, get to his face so I can deal as much damage to his face as possible. I clearly misspaced that time. I got too close. But I got lucky and got him with the dragon pods. And he went after my palico, which helps. Yeah, Fatalis is like that. Can get really annoying with the crawling. Luckily, I don't think this guy did it too much. Trying to get that head damage in. And that's the thing with dual blades, and maybe other weapons too. It's okay to miss the head. Like, you can try and get the body damage if you want, and that'll be certain, but it's okay to like miss the head on the first 4 hits of twofold. So this move is interesting. That move I think it's a proximity move, so the closer you are to that move, the more damage it'll do. So if you're next to it and it hits you, it pretty much kills you. But it doesn't do the continual damage on the ground like the other fire pour does. So you actually, if you can dodge that, you can get a free blade dance or a free 6-fold slash. Very useful when you're fighting against him, because I feel like any damage you get on him for free is definitely what you want to go for. Let's see. Yep, just misspacing the body slam, going for the head. The head hit me last time, so I was being a bit safer on that one. See, right now I got my temporal mantle back. I'm starting to think about using my evade, or using my tenderize again. I kind of figured when I was gonna sharpen my weapon there that he was probably gonna fire one at me. Probably hit me, but I figured it'd be worth it. Yeah, so what I'm mainly concerned about with this is not any of those attacks, but I'm more concerned about the one-hit kills. Sometimes he'll charge those 3 shots, and that third one, if he delays it, that means that third one is going to have a massive explosion at the end of it. Compared to normal Fatalis, that has way more range and definitely kills you the same, so you gotta watch out for that. Usually I would go for the evasion on the body, so I would evade and then do a blade dance on the body, but that time I just felt like getting the tenderize. I just said screw it. I'll just get the tenderize and I'll have his roar stun me, or lock me. That move's pretty easy to evade. Yep, as long as you're right next to his chest, you'll avoid that move. That move is interesting though. I think with White Fatalis, a lot of what I'll be doing in this video is comparing him to White Fatalis. Compared to White Fatalis, that doesn't do as much damage. That move doesn't do as much damage. You don't got to worry about a lot of these, or at least if you're pretty good at evading a lot of these shots. Most of the time what hit me was the stuff in the 3rd stage that covers the entire arena. Yep, I was thinking he was gonna fly. Wasted Mucano. Let's see, I got all my mantles, got my weapons sharpened, gonna sharpen again for good measure, got my dash juice. Yeah, looking forward to just him getting his ass down here. He's enraged. You do more damage when he's enraged, and that includes with the ballista. So if he's tenderized and enraged, you can just start firing away. Looking back, maybe it would have been nicer to hit the head a little bit more, but you know, that just happens sometimes. Alright, so the main reason I was going to the left on just right there was because there's been quite a few runs I've had where, you know, I've gotten to this point, I'm doing really well, and he does a fire cone, and I'm just dead while I'm using the ballista. So I don't know if they changed the programming on this, but to me it seems like this Fatalis's fire cones are extremely common and deadly. He's killed me with more fire cones than I think normal Fatalis has. Like, his fire cones are just, the timing will be like unfair. Sometimes I'll be in the 3rd stage about to win, and then he'll do this fire cone where I'm just like, there's absolutely nothing I could do except try and Superman dive. So quite a few of my movements in this fight are definitely concerned about mainly about the fire cone, or I should say the thunder cone, because this is White Fatalis. You know, I also don't know if he's changed other things, but it does seem like the end lag, like the moves are the same speed, but the end lag is a lot shorter. Yeah, so I had an opportunity to do the Levi attack, and the thing with the Levi attack on Fatalis is that he'll always try and punish it. If you go from tail to head like I did, head to tail he doesn't really punish that often, but tail to head, if you do the Levi attack where you spin across his body, he's always, I don't know, he'll always find a way to punish it. It doesn't seem fair. Like, he knows where you're going to be at the end of your move, so he's going to crawl forward or move his head forward or shoot an explosion forward where you're going to land, and it's going to be like, oh, okay. Yep. Didn't get the evasion, but that's alright. Get the flinch shot, and then I'll try and evade this roar. Blade dance, or demon mode, then blade dance. Get my P performance, dodge that, pick up a slinger. Alright, gonna try and evade this. Should be fine with the evasion mantle. The 1 second of evasion mantle I have left. Using those extra iframes. A lot of times I wouldn't go for it just because I'm not super great at evading that. I feel like it's a little delayed. Definitely didn't mean to wet fish fin there. Yeah, I got this third-party controller. It's not super clean, so. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the Thunder Cone right there. He picks really mean times to do it sometimes. I got lucky that he did it again, so I could do more damage. Typically with the Thunder Cone move, the most optimal combo you can do with dual blades is a twofold slash into a blade dance. But you'll see a lot of times I'll go from, instead in this fight, because I'm being more conservative, I'll do a sixfold slash into a circle attack, whatever that's called. So, you'll see that. Yeah, I'm sharpening my weapon, drinking my dash juice, just getting all my buffs. Because he's in the air and I don't feel like doing anything to him anyways. Fire cone. Yep, sixfold slash into demon flurry rush. The nice thing about that is that when he moves his head back up after the demon flurry rush, it's more conservative because you can evade quickly afterwards, but it also, if it pushes you forward, it pushes you further away from the explosion that's gonna occur, as opposed to a twofold slash to a blade dance, which you might have to spam evade afterwards, or you might have to actually time the evasion. So it does less damage, but it's more conservative. Yeah, I'm just trying to play it safe. Doing a lot more demon flurries. Yep, went for the head and I misspaced it again. Luckily I had Dragon Pod build up, so I could just kind of stun him with some Dragon Pods, which is nice. If you don't get the Tenderize on his head, it won't break his head when you do, or it won't do break damage when you do a flinch shot, so I had to do that first. Trying to conserve my temporal mantle. Gator. I was hoping he would go forward into the Mikano, but he's just gonna sit there and... No, that move will still do poor damage but you have to be like directly under it. You have to be directly under it. Dive. Hide behind this rock because I'm afraid of a fire cone. I'm very afraid of a thunder cone right now. Alright, so yeah, the thing with this move right here is that if you saw there was an explosion that happened, it's a subtle explosion that happened right on his body right when he did that. I'm not going to do too much damage because I'm afraid he's going to fly away into the third stage. Yeah. But the thing with that move where he shoots his thunder like this. Yeah, this mod has a move where he does a little explosion right next to his body. Or right on his body, and it actually does a lot of damage, and that's right when he starts, so you can hit his body afterwards and tenderize him with Clutch Claw if you want, but right when that happens it does a lot of damage, so you'll see that explosion on his body again. So that's what I'm watching out for too. Like, you can't just evade the move itself, or the beam, you have to evade his body. Very cool effect. Totally dwarfs normal Fatalis' effect when he transitions, I would say. I'm pretty sure his face is tenderized, but I can't tell, so I just want to be safe. Get the tenderize. It's also a safe way to do damage, because with dual blades, it's actually really hard to do consistent damage to his head when you trap it like that, so... But yeah, see, bam, right there, right on his body. There's a little explosion. If you're right next to it, it'll do like 70% of your health at least. So yeah, I want to evade that. Alright, so these are the big explosive moves. I'm kind of good right now, just because I have temporal mantle, but it wore it all out. So that was 3 temporal just gone. It's like, alright, enough of the temporal mantle for now. But yeah, that's the main stuff you gotta watch out for with him. Those big explosions. They cover so much area. And if you're in the area of effect afterward, the main thing is that it can still hit you. So I've evaded that stuff before, and it still hit me. And yeah, you saw that. Like, I didn't even bother rolling or evading on the one that hit me because I figured I was so far away from it, there was no chance it was gonna hit me. I was way behind him, and it's like, no, he still hit me. But he still got me. It's like, damn, dude. But yeah, his head also isn't broken yet. But yeah, you see, I was gonna go after him. Run like a bitch, stupid. Our labs. Run like a bitch, stupid. And see, I'm not even gonna play those games. I'm not gonna try and attack him and slice him or anything or evade. I'm just gonna run. Do it again. Run as much as you have to. Superman dive. No shame. No shame at all. Just Superman dive as much as you can. and then he does it in threes, so unfortunately I've had the bad luck of him doing it maybe 3 times or 9 times in a row. It's been really frustrating before. But yeah, see, no shame. The only thing that pissed me off was that, yeah, he did all that and it pinned me behind him, and then he did a tail swipe, and it was just like, it forced me to have to evade. I was kind of just frustrated at that. I was like, wow, he really used that move to pin me into a position for me to have to evade his tail swipe. But yeah, he's finally done with those beams for a bit, so I can do some damage. I don't mind this move at all. Usually, it can trap you sometimes, but I usually don't mind it. Messed up the evade, and then that move pinned me into his belly for him to do that move into his chest, so I got lucky there. I spammed two demon dashes. I was just like, dash, 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 dash. Like, please don't kill me. I remember I have a binder, and I'm like, well, I should probably use that because he's kind of kicking my ass right now. Gonna do some more safe damage, get more tenderize. Have a good angle on the blade dance. For that blade dance, you kind of want to be on his right side, and you want to be angled. Like his face is here. You know, I'm not sure if I could show this, but yeah, his face is here, and you're just kind of diagonal to it. That's the best angle, I think. You can get the most hits that way. It takes time to set up, though. Like, it takes less time to run into his face. So yeah, I went for the snipe on his head there to break his head. I shouldn't have done that. I should have moved over closer first and then gone for his head. But I was actually just scared that I wasn't even close to breaking his head for some reason. I just wanted to break his head. I'm like, please have your head broken so he won't be as scary. Get the evade. Yeah, I think when I was looking at those numbers, maybe his chest wasn't tenderized, so I'm gonna decide to tenderize his chest. Helpful hint, you can clutch claw to his wing and you'll go to his chest. Wasn't concerned about that because thankfully I have my temporal mantle, otherwise I was screwed. Gonna use my last smoke bomb. You should be having a... Yeah, for those of you that don't know, you get an artillery knockdown. So if you shoot it with enough ballista, and you can also use those ballista shots that you get 10 of at a time, you can use those to knock them down as well. Try and evade. Mainly I just want to go use the Dragonator right now, but of course he flies away. I also wanted to finish all the roaming ballista ammo that I had, but nope. Of course, that's when he decides to scorch the earth. Yep, I gotta run from one end of the stage to the next. Gotta get to the Dragonator. Hopefully with a little bit of temporal mantle he comes over. I've died here before plenty of times where he just won't come over and he just fires thunderballs, like 12 of them, and I'm just like, okay. And then one gets me and kills me. but I got lucky this time and he actually came over. I want to evade. I'm worried that he's gonna do another gigantic flame, but he doesn't do it. So we're fighting now. Oh, yeah, I was too late. I really wanted that evasion. I really wanted that evade. Because usually that's a really easy move for me to evade, but I was just too late. Got lucky with this. Gonna go for the twofold into Blade Dance for the most damage. Got the evasion. Cover some stamina. Yep, just spam evade that. I was shocked I didn't get the evasion there. I thought so. So yeah, you actually saw, like, when I usually knock him down in the body slam, I go for his face, but you actually saw me go back to his chest. That was mainly because the chest damage is obviously safer, but also when you attack his face, you can trigger more of those big explosive moves that cover the entire stage and kill you in one hit. So I just didn't want to do that. I just said screw it. I'm just gonna go to his chest. Cause yeah, if you go to his face and then he starts spamming those big blasts, then you're not doing any damage. But if you stick to his chest, it's a lot less likely that those moves are gonna get triggered. So I was happy with my Cat's Mukano there. It was great, right in his chest, right when he was flying, and I was shooting ballista, so that was legit. Happy with how that turned out. Let's see. Oh, yep, I get lucky again. He goes down, go for the twofold. I'm kind of close to his neck, so yep. So when you're, yeah, his neck and some of his body parts, like you would need Mind's Eye to go through, so you actually need to be more precise than normal Fatalis. Because, yeah, even with purple sharpness, your weapon will ricochet if you hit its neck. So, thinking about using the ballista, I figured that I shouldn't, because that sounds like something that would kill me. I decided to go for the tenderize on the body while I have a temporal mantle. It's worth one. It's worth one proc. Yep, I was pissed that I got hit by that. Just his knee. Just gonna go for it now. Spam the blade dance. See, he's not enraged anymore, so if I can just knock him down and get the flinch shot, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it. Yeah, I was pissed that that still hit me. That pin scared the shit out of me. Because I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna get me with this pin. I'm terrified. I see he's on all fours, so I just gotta wait for my chance. Stands up again. On all fours again. So yeah, right now I'm planning that after, so I'm doing 6-fold slash because that'll give me more time to clutch claw his face after that move. Ended up just being perfect. And then bam. Flinch shot right into the wall. Awesome. Couldn't ask for a better, yeah, couldn't ask for a better run. So yeah, this guy is fun as hell. I love the sight. He can be frustrating if, like when normal Fatalis is doing these moves where he's standing up and just shooting these big explosions. Usually he's like shooting somewhere else, and you're not really in danger unless you're next to a wall. If he shoots into a wall and you're here hitting his belly, then you know it'll hit you. But a lot of times I just got away with hitting his belly and he's just like firing off these big blasts, but they're not even close to me. White Fatalis doesn't do that. His blasts are so big that they will get you behind, they'll get you if you're on his belly, they'll hit you everywhere. So if you think you're gonna get away with like evading that stuff, you can't do it. You just gotta run like a bitch. You just gotta run like a bitch. Alright, so that'll be all. Thank you for joining me. I hope you liked it. Maybe, maybe not.